My husband and I do this one thing every single morning, and that's we do a morning Bible study together. And what's really cool about it is that we ended up combining it with like our family team meetings, which we own a couple businesses, and together we come up with plans. We discuss like what's happening or the previous week or whatever. During this time together, we often get into like these deep discussions about life and about the Lord and what God's done for us. And today we started to talk about shame in our testimony. And my husband is an introvert. Comes to his life, he's extremely private. And I, on the other hand, I just live out loud and don't really care if people know everything or they know nothing. And we were talking about the testimonies that we have collected throughout the years of marriage. I mean, we've been married for almost 30 years and we have lived multiple multiple lifetimes, it feels like, together. And we had our whole decade of our 20s together, a decade of our 30s together, and a decade of our 40s together. And so we were talking about something that happened a long, long time ago, more than 20 years ago. We were saying why he felt shame in the testimony. And we came to this conclusion that it's not the testimony that we're often afraid of. It's actually like us, our story. Like we often feel bad for going through things. Like when we come out on the other side, we're either like ashamed that we went through it, or we feel bad that we maybe hurt people during that time, or we disappointed people or disappointed ourselves. It's crazy that we don't want to share our testimony because we're worried about how people will perceive us. And I was thinking about it. If you're telling your testimony and your testimony is about you and not about God, then you're doing it completely wrong. And so how do you share your testimony without like making yourself look bad because you had a bad season and you shared that you had a bad season, right? The way that I look at testimonies is that your testimony should shout the mercy, the grace, the goodness of God. That's what your testimony really should do and what your testimony should focus on. So you can share what you came from. You know, if you were delivered from alcoholism or drugs or addiction or anything, you got delivered from that. That's not who you are anymore. But he delivered you from an illness that seemed completely impossible. Have you guys ever met somebody that told you that they went to prison and they did drugs and this and that, and you're looking at them and they're like standing in front of you, they're like clean cut, they have a beautiful family and a beautiful life, and you're just like, you can't even fathom that that was them, that they're actually talking about themselves maybe like 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, and you're just like, huh? Like how? What's so great about it is that like the person standing in front of you today, that is the testimony. It's not really the guy who made the mistakes. It's not really the guy or the gal who was addicted to drugs. Out of that dark period of time, all of this goodness came out, right? Life, new life. So I just want to encourage you guys, because I think that there are a lot of people that have amazing testimonies and they're like, well, I don't want to share that testimony because I would be revealing stuff about me, about my imperfect season. But see, it's not about you. It's all about him. It's all about God and what he can do. And that testimony is actually not for you anyways. It's for the person receiving it. It's for that person hearing it. You're giving somebody hope for a better future. Why? Because they see themselves in you. So the next time you hold your tongue because you're scared of sharing your testimony and you don't want people to judge you, first of all, if people are judging you, they don't know you now, right? All about perception. And this is what we were talking about. We were saying like, well, why would we talk about who we were 20 something years ago? Like, that's not even us. Praise the Lord That is not us. Praise the Lord that he rescued us, that he completely healed us, that he made us whole. Like that is so amazing. And if you are focused on perception, what people's perception is of you, you're going to miss the gift of being able to share God's goodness, because it's like a gift to you. The fact that you survived something and you're here to tell it, you're here to share that. That is a gift. I just want to encourage you guys that if you have a testimony, don't worry about the perception of man. I want you guys to focus on the goodness of God and sharing that goodness with other people, because the Lord's going to use your testimony and he's going to give you the moments to share that. Your testimony may not be for everybody. It may not be for the internet, but it might be for your neighbor. It might be for your child, your adult child. We want is them to celebrate the goodness of God in their parents' life and the goodness of God in their life, knowing that painful seasons, they come and they go. There is no shame, because remember the redemption and the healing and the amazing goodness of God. We are in this season, we were talking about like being in such an amazing season in our life. And, we just entered our 50s, but our 40s were really great too. 20s were funny. We're funny because we were growing up. And then there was a lot of pain between like 20 and 30, between 25 and 35. There was like some pain there, right? We were learning a lot of lessons. It felt like God kept teaching us lessons, and we're just like, okay, we're done. Like, we want to be out of the school of hard knocks. Like, we're done. We just want to graduate. But it was in our 40s that we just walked into this amazing season. We had a child in our 40s, and my aunt, who actually is no longer with us, she spoke a word over us, and she said, "This is so beautiful. God just is giving you this child to remind you that he is a giver of new life." And that just meant so much to us, because it wasn't just about getting pregnant in our 40s, like, yay, that's so cool, right? But it was about God giving us this whole new life. And he really did that for us. That is you. I pray that you are able to speak boldly about what God has done in your life. Just proclaim his goodness by sharing what he has brought you through, because man, oh man, that is how people are saved, and that's how people's lives are changed. The Bible says that it's by the word of our testimony that people come to him. Don't waste it. Don't waste that pain. Like the main event, which was an accident, and we came out like just so victorious. But man, the wisdom that came from that, you cannot get to where he wants you to go without the pain. Nothing better than a season of pain to get you ready to truly walk in your calling and in your destiny. Be blessed. Share your testimony. Don't worry about the perception of man. What you need to focus on is the perception of God and how you carry your story, that your story points everyone back to the Lord. Everyone has a testimony. Everyone has pain, trials, tribulations. There is no perfect person, but there is perfect healing and perfect grace. And God he loves us so much. He gives us relief from our painful seasons. But then I think he watches us to see, what do we do with that pain? What do we do with that testimony? Do we write the book? Do we share it? Like I say, my family, did you write the movie? Let's write the movie. Let's get it on tape. Like, let's tell the world what God has done for us. I'm just so happy that he gives us new beginnings. And I'm happy that you, if you're not already in your new beginning, that it's coming. It's coming soon. Love you guys. Thanks for being here with me. Bye.